In this video, we're going to talk about 3 things you can do to grow your local business fast, courtesy of Jay Abraham's book, Getting Everything You Can Out of All You've Got. Stay with me. Jay Abraham was one of the first big ticket, super expensive seminar marketing type speakers who came on the scene in I believe the late 80s and 90s, along with Dan Kennedy and Gary Halbert. Those 3 were really the ones that kind of broke through and delivered huge value bombs, completely changed a lot of people's businesses and the way that they do marketing via direct response marketing. In this book, which I think was out of print for a while, but now it seems you can get it on Amazon for about $8. Highly recommend you grab a copy while you can and read it. He basically goes through 3 primary ways that you can increase your local business. And some of these may seem obvious to you, others maybe not. But it's a really interesting way of thinking about how to improve the gross revenue that your company makes. So the first way is the most obvious way, which is get more customers, sign more clients. You do that, you're obviously going to increase your gross revenue. Everybody knows that. The second way is somewhat obvious, is increase your prices so that if you're charging $1,000 per client, up it to $1,500, up it to $2,000. And he talks about testing and figuring out what the maximum price you can charge. And there's a price curve. And I believe, if I remember correctly, he does go into that in the book. But if instead of charging $1,000 per client, you're only charging $1,500, let's say you're even just charging $1,200 per client, you've immediately increased your gross revenue. Now, the third way that he talks about is to increase how much you sell, which is basically your back end to your clients. So if you're currently just selling $1,000 program or $1,000 product or $1,000 service, he kind of walks you through what else you can do to increase the amount of stuff that you sell per client. So in this manner, you don't have to be constantly running after new clients. You're basically maximizing what you're making from your current clients, which doing this can really revolutionize your business. Your typical business is constantly running after new clients. Smart businesses look at the lifetime value of the average customer. And in many cases, this allows them to even lose money on the front end, meaning the first sale, because they know that they're going to make it up in the long run or on the back end. And this puts you in a really interesting position within your local marketplace, because if all of your competition is only focusing on that front end sale and they don't really have a series of back end sales that they can exploit, what happens, exploit's probably a bad word, but you know what I mean. What happens is, let's say their product's only $1,000 or their service is only $1,000. They can only spend maybe $100, $150 on advertising to acquire that client, because they still have to pay for cost of goods and delivery and servicing the client, et cetera, et cetera. Whereas if you have an extensive back end, supposing your lifetime value of your customer is $20,000, you can easily spend $1,000 to acquire that customer. What does that do to your position within the marketplace? It makes you basically very, very difficult to compete with. If you can spend $1,000 to acquire a customer and your competition can only spend $150, you have an extreme advantage. And that's what Jay Abraham kind of goes into in this book, Getting Everything You Can Out of All You've Got. So pick it up while you can on Amazon. It runs about $8. Highly recommended. In fact, anything of Jay Abraham that you can get your hands on, I recommend that you grab it. You can get a lot of his old stuff on eBay, a lot of his old seminars, and check out also on YouTube, Jay Abraham. And I think it's going to have a really positive impact on your business as well as your bottom line. I'm Katz for Browning Direct.